We are so excited to be joining Tracy and Troy Spring at the return of the Mastermind in sunny Myrtle Beach, August 4th through 6th. You do not want to miss this event. Go to unfairadvantagemastermind.com to get yourself signed up. We cannot wait to meet you there. Thank you so much again for joining us on this adventure with Tracy Myers. And folks, this message has been brought to you by our friends at Dealership Toolkit and Think Ad Group. So get ready, get your toes tapping, get your hands clapping, get your fingers snapping. Let's brew!
You learn that, through business, through failures and wins and all that stuff. Once you put it all together, you have a good recipe, and your recipe's working. And you're right. Hiring people that can do things that you cannot do will elevate you. That's what it's all about. I was told at a very young age when I first got in this business, as I was starting to come up through management, they were like, listen, when you hire people better than you. If you're a B+ person, hire A+ people. If you're a C person, you hire B people. You always want to elevate your game by surrounding yourself with people you want to have or be like to run what you do. Not knowing something isn't a bad thing as a leader. That's actually great that you can acknowledge that you don't know it, and then you get somebody who does. That is powerful. That is the way you do business. That is the best way to do business. It's the easiest way. I mean, you can spend the time to learn it, but then like you said, your plate's so full. Why do I need to know what I know, and I'm going to hire people to know what they know. And that's kudos to you for understanding that.
And I'm sure you've learned a thing or two, right? I'm sure that you've watched a few people that know things more than you, and you learn.
People that knew it before I knew anything about it, right? Yeah. And I found out over the years, and it happens way too frequently in every business, that poor leaders, they always hire down. Because they're not confident. They're afraid that person's going to take their job. So I don't want to hire somebody better. This will make me look good if I hire down because they're not as smart as I am. I want to be better than they are. They only keep them under my thumb, and that drives me insane, man. I'm real passionate about that. I want all my people to be better than I am, all of them. Because if I came to the dealership every day and I can't learn from them, then I'm bored to tears, and we're going to feel miserable.
Dude, I love it.
I got to give you this.
Yeah, man.
I got to get that one.
Mad props to you for being at the level that you're at and understanding that, and that's why you're going to keep growing and keep moving forward. You're just 49. You still have so much life and so much more that you're going to do. That's so exciting to even think about, and I'm pumped up for you. I know where you're coming from, and that leads me into my next question. We've talked about all this amazing stuff. We went from understanding what your why is, knowing why you got in this business, how you got in this business, the path that you took, your greatest mentors, to include your father. I know you brought him up a few times, and I know that he's up there. So, I know that though you didn't name him as the mentor, he is still a big part of why you are who you are today. Yeah. So that being said, we talked about your failures, but let's talk about what your greatest reward's been. Out of all the stuff that you've been through, all the things that you've been able to do, you've been nominated for won Emmys. You've done a few things, and you've written books, and you've hired and started different businesses. You've promoted, you've helped, you raised children. You've done everything that a lot of people want to do. But out of all that stuff, what do you think's been the greatest reward?
Yeah, look, the greatest reward by far is watching my children grow. Man. And being able to plant those positive seeds into my children. And once again, it's just like anyone else. And this is the tough thing about being a parent. Whether they choose to accept it or not, it's completely on them. But as parents, that's really all we can do, right? Give them the tools to succeed, and hopefully they'll do it. And we always have their back. But it gets a little. You get a little. The older you get, and the older your kids get, rather. I get insightful rather than I'm sitting there talking to my wife. I'm like, man, our son's, he's 19 in March. He's almost never home now. He's a senior in high school, right? He's working at night. I'm like, dude, the house is so quiet without this dude, right? And so, but he's still living at home, so we do see him, right? He's got curfews and all that stuff, but he's working. He's talking about maybe coming into the family business and wanting to come into the family business and where he'd like to start. He thinks he'd like to work for my dad, who's He calls his papa all right for obvious reasons. I mean, it's his grandfather. And my dad, as tough as my dad was on me,
Right.
he's a lay down for.
Of course he is. We all,
Yeah.
you're going to do the same thing one day, Tracy.
It's like, who is this guy, right? He's like, Dad, you'll be too tough on me. I was like, well, you know, but wherever the experience comes from, we're watching it, and to see how different him and my daughter. She has my son definitely has the gift of communication and gab, and he's never met a stranger and can talk to anyone. And my daughter has a lot of the creative side of me, right? Because I love marketing, and you know, I say all the time, my heartbeat's really marketing and advertising, right? Because man, I love to pack a showroom, and I'm really good at it, and don't think anybody can do it quite as good as I can. Even though I know there are some folks that can, but man, that's my, you know, that's what excites me. It's like promoting wrestling. I love to pack the place, and let's move to a bigger building next year because I'm really good at that. But I see that creative nature. My daughter, you know, she's a musician and can play multiple instruments, and goes to New York in the summer and auditions for stuff. And you know, but she's 15, and the opportunity she has, you know. But that, man, my greatest reward, hands down, is being able to spend more time with my kids than my dad did with me, right? But my dad, understanding my dad worked so hard, and he wasn't there, so I could do that.
Yes,
sir, man.
Yes, sir.
So it's like, and being, you know, me being, and I'm not a smart guy. Look, I almost fell out of high school, right? But being reflective, respective. I don't know the proper word here. Being able to acknowledge, right? Being able to acknowledge and reflect back on and connect those dots, and to see, man, that's why he worked so hard, right? So I could do this, whether he consciously did it or not. But look, he did. And this is like, you know, new revelations here, just saying it out loud. Sometimes you say things and you hear it, say, oh, yeah, well, this is right. He said it when I was a kid. I said, damn, man, you're never here. He said, you got to work again. And he said, look, you know, I want to be able to work hard so one day you don't have to. I mean, he would say things like that. So it was a conscious decision on his part. It wasn't that I'm just working to go make money or so I can pay the rent. Kids don't understand that. You know, I got to pay the okay, so what, man? I don't mind sitting in the dark, dude. If you're here, I'm good with it, right? And as kids, I think most of us probably say that, right? If you're here more, man, I don't care. You know, we can go to a hotel. We can stay with Nan and Papa, you know, whatever we got to do, right? As long as we're together. But he would say, look, I don't want you to have to do that. You know, work as hard as I do. Well, dude, I connected with that. Not as strongly as I do now, obviously, but I understood that. And he was really good at putting that into a way that I could understand it then. And he's always had that talent with people, though. He can move, you know, his thought process around to talk to different people, make them understand. And one of the things makes him such a great business person too, because
he's a car guy.
What? Huh?
He's a car guy.
Well, he is a car guy. Look, when I bought the dealership, you know, he went into real estate, and you know, he built another thing altogether, and it's like, you gotta be kidding me right now. All this, it's insane.
That's because of that work ethic he has. You know, he's kept it together. He's been consistent with it. He's always shown you a path to greatness. You know, he's trying to show you the best way he knew. Just like we talked about earlier, people who, you know, with the credit situation, like, you know, it's whatever they know. It's the best they know. So he's going to give you the best he knows. And his best was really good. And his best was to show you that hard work can provide your family a great life. Hard work can give your next generation less stress, if that makes sense. You know, that, you know, we all want to work hard. We all want to do it. And you still, Tracy, hands down to you. You're a hustling. You work really hard. You're a good Christian man. You're a good father. You're a great leader. And I really appreciate you for being here and sharing all these stories about not just about yourself, but about your father, about your mentors, about your children even, you know, and your children, I could tell, that mean a lot to you.
Yeah.
And that's a beautiful thing.
I can't leave my wife out, but she's watching. So
yeah, of course, yeah.
She's definitely one with you.
We both understand. Our wives all know that we still love them. They all know where they're at. That they are what guides us by far. I know for one. And I'm sure you feel the same way, Tracy. Without my wife, I would not be where I'm at today. I would not be as happy or as complete.
And I told her going in, I said, look, here's the deal. Because my dad said, I asked my dad, I said, so how did you and Mom, who are polar opposites, right? You're type A and she's Southern lady, right?
Yeah.
Soft-spoken, all manners. My dad, not so much. How we made it, how's your marriage so successful? When I saw that me and my to-be wife was to a point where that relationship was going to move forward, right? Or not. You got to make a decision. And he said, look, you've got to set your expectations up because we're entrepreneurs, right? It's a family of entrepreneurs, man. My relatives, the first Myers that came from Germany, literally two brothers that came here, and we joked they literally didn't come with two hammers, but they were builders, right? They were builders, and we say they came here on a boat with couldn't speak English, and each of them had a hammer. And they built, that was the springboard, right? That's where they stepped off and married, two American women, and that's where the whole deal started. So literally, it's a family of entrepreneurs. And he said, you've got to set those expectations, which goes back to what we're talking about with customers, setting those expectations right from the very beginning, right? And building that relationship. So I just told her, I said, look, I work a lot. My hobbies work. I like to work. I love what I do. I'm not going to be home a lot. You'll never go without. I'll communicate properly. I'm not going to cheat on you, screw around on you, right? I'll be a good and a good father if we had kids. If you can deal with that, man, we can move this thing forward. If not, we see how quickly we can break this off, because I can't go any further emotionally, right? And I don't think you want to, right? If we can't come into agreement with that shit. Oh yeah, I'm good with that. I knew that. It's obvious. And it's been that way ever since. So she never, not that I'm getting those 97 texts like at 7, 8 o'clock, where you at? When you coming home? Where you at? Where you at? Never get that, man. I'm so thankful for that. So God bless her.
Yeah, man.
Seeing that connection, of course, that's the things that we value most about the guests that we do have here, is the value that they have for their family, their understanding of where it is that they come from. Of course, we're all sons of immigrants to this country in some capacity. And so being the first generation born in the States here, Fred was born abroad.
I was actually born in Seoul, Korea.
I mean, there's so much that we understand has been the path. And the thing that marks me as well done, or yes, that was worth it for everybody. I say that for my grandfather, for my fathers, for my grandfather's father. Right. When somebody walks across and passes me, to go say, thank you for your service to my son, to go to my other son and say, thank you for what you taught me. I wouldn't be where I am if I didn't have you, right? To see the honor get given to your daughters, to your sons, to see that fruit start to come from their life is what sets you back into place to say, man, that was worth it all. That was definitely worth it all. And then them get to the spot that you're at to say, man, I remember Dad telling me I'm doing this so that you don't have to. I'm also doing this so that you can have a path to purchase. He literally put you on a path to purchasing your own dealership, and doing that. I mean, I can only imagine the honor the honor and the filled with joy that he was when being able to pivot that conversation to say, son, it's your time and you need to do it. And you were ready and you accepted the challenge and you stepped up. And that's a true legacy of growth that is being deposited everywhere you pour out. And we're honored that you had the chance to pour it here inside of the cafe with us.
Yes, sir.
We're better car guys because we've had this conversation.
No doubt, man.
Thank you.
Man, it's so good to see the subprime lifestyle being done in another state the way you do it. It makes me feel great because I want to get this across the nation. I want every dealership to implement it. I just think that subprime is such a missed opportunity for a lot of dealers out there. And I think that if you see people like right now, you see Tracy talking about what he's talking about and how well he's doing, and that is his market. We do really well. We're the number one independent dealer group in the state. And we do nothing but subprime pretty much. So there's something to it, folks. Do not miss out on that opportunity. Be somebody who changes people's lives, just like Tracy talks about here. Tracy's always looking for ways to leave a legacy on this planet. He's always looking for a way to make it better, something better than he left it. right? Then he started it. So if he starts something, he wants to leave it better than it was, right? And that's what he does, and he does it with such class and such energy. And folks, like he said, you don't have to be a super educated person. You don't have to have a great degrees and all these things. What you have to have is want. What you have to have is the ability to just keep doing it. You have to believe in yourself, for one. Believe in yourself. I believe in you guys. I believe in Tracy. I'm so excited to have you here, man. Thank you so much for this day, man.
This to stop.
I know that you have a busy day. You have a bunch of businesses to run and things to do. So we do appreciate you for being here this morning, folks. Thank you all for coming out and watching.
Thank you.
Share this out. This thing is going to be on replay, folks. We will also re-release this here within the next 30 days as podcast, as pieces, just for sound, everywhere you can imagine. Spotify, Apple, wherever it is, we are there. Make sure you guys check it out. Tracy Myers, folks. Killing the game, doing the thing, doing it the right way. Keep growing, folks.
Car guys, car gals, if you didn't know, we have a solutionary that's in here. So one thing that always happens with the solutionary is they get to have the Car Guy Coffee podcast experience with a mug and a T-shirt.
That's right.
So make sure that you do send us your size and an address that we can get you a nice T-shirt and a little bit, maybe an Inspiration shirt in there too, but a coffee mug, maybe a bag of coffee. And all of you car guys and car gals that are trying to truly brew solutions and taste something good, well, we are now certified organic. You can go to carguycoffee.com and get you a bag of caffeinated consistency.
That's right.
To put inside of your cup so that your day could be upshifted and
uplifted. That's right.
We are so thankful that today we have been upshifted and uplifted by having an incredible car guy inside of the cafe with us. All of you incredible solutionaries that have been here, we value your time. We're so thankful. Yes, Joseph talking that hashtag subprime.
That's right.
It's serious. We need to help them
Man,
rise
I've
up.
had so much fun this morning and got so excited and warmed up that I forgot we have a foot of snow outside.
Yep. So, about to get even more fun.
But it's going to be good. We're going to get to the lot here in a few and get this lot ready. Folks, you guys have a great day. You guys go on. Tracy, is there anything that you want to say before we get out of here?
No, man, look, I appreciate you guys and what you're doing. We need more guys like you in the world, not just our business. So thank you so much. If I can ever do anything for you or anyone listening or watching, man, I'm a servant, so I love to help. I love to watch other people grow. I'm literally everywhere on social media, and if you get one of my profiles, it's me on the other end. So, man, just hit me up.
Tracy, I'm going to reach out to you myself. I might need some mentorship from you, man. You're an amazing person. I really look up to you, man. Keep doing your thing.
Appreciate it. You are one incredible car guy, and we're so thankful that today we've been able to jam out. So make sure that the beat is inside of your head, some good solutions are brewing inside of your cup.
That's right.
And that you are connecting to build the relationships with the right people all around you to go be the leaders that you are. If you're leading somebody into a purchase, you're a leader. If you're leading a floor full of car guys, you're a leader. If you're leading a dealership, you're a leader. And if you are taking that towel across a car to make sure that it leaves nice, shiny, pretty, then you are a leader. You be the leader where it is that you are. Because today you're there. So you might as well lead it to a better direction.
That's
We're
right.
so thankful that each and every one of you car guys, car gals, and solutionaries have been brewing with us. This is Lou Ramirez, the car guy.
And this is Fred Lenartz, the subprime hero.
And you have been brewing solutions on the Car Guy Coffee Podcast.
That's right.
We are looking forward to seeing you at the return of the Mastermind in Myrtle Beach, August 4th through August 6th. Make sure that you go to unfairadvantagemastermind.com and get signed up today. See you there. Let's brew!